Hey everybody, surprise, surprise. You've been asking for new DCEU. The actor that plays Steppenwolf in Justice League just did a preview for his character, so I'm going to play this, then I'll break it down. The actor's name is Kieran Hines. Because this is only audio, we got some separate visual confirmation of what he looks like that I'll cut in with it, and surprisingly, it's very close to the Kryptonian ship's Etch-a-Sketch version of Steppenwolf. So here we go.
It's going to be quite a busy year for you anyway, because you've got big movie coming out at the end of the year, the new Justice League. And we were talking earlier. You're not a comic book person.
No, not really. No, this came out of the blue in a way.
I'm obsessed with it.
Blue. Okay,
and the fact that you're in it is really exciting for me.
Well, I'm thrilled to be here. I'm sorry I'm not in costume. I didn't even have a costume when I was doing it. So
explain.
It's all done what's it called motion capture. So basically, they stick a helmet on your head, they put two cameras around, and they capture all your expressions, facial expressions. So basically, they're going to concoct some kind of construction, and they will use my facial expressions, eyes, mouth.
So the performance,
voice.
They will then turn into
this murderous, avenging Steppenwolf from the planet Apocalypse, apparently.
Well, of course.
who's bent on hell on Earth, yeah.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't. Have you seen Wonder Woman? You wouldn't have seen Wonder Woman.
No, but I don't know whether they're all afraid to come and meet me. I know they weren't really, because it's imaginary work. You do it with green screen.
So are you with the other actors, or are you having to do the whole thing? That must be a bit of a challenge.
Well, yeah, most things are a challenge for me, Michael. But I mean, that was another challenge, you could say, yeah. But it was quite fun, and they're very encouraging in what you do, and suggesting over here, look over there, imagine that, do this here, they're coming at you now.
For an actor, a lovely thing to be able to be part of a huge franchise like the Justice League, the superhero movies, then go back into the theatre to do something that
I've been very fortunate that way. I don't know why. Yeah,
I'm sure everybody now is recognising you for your work in Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I do. I wouldn't say I get accosted regularly, but I'm noticed occasionally. Work on it. Yeah, work harder at it.
The thing that stands out about that to me is that he said he was never on set with the other actors. He just had Zack Snyder and the other people shouting stuff at him like, look over here, this is what's happening. It's amazing how movies like this are put together. And if you are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe to get everything. And turn alerts on. Comic-Con is next week, so you don't miss any of the videos. There'll be flash ring giveaway stuff at the end of the video too. And we can talk about his motivation, the way the film's using him as the big bad instead of going straight to Darkseid. But let's just talk about the way he looks. I think the best comparison you could make just from a visual perspective is Ares in Wonder Woman. So just careful for spoilers for Wonder Woman if you haven't seen it yet. We have to talk about the way they use that character. So at the end of the movie, we find out that David Thewlis's character is Ares. He's a god in an order of magnitude greater than Wonder Woman, who's also revealed to be part god. But even in his weakened state, he's able to manifest a costume out of a tank. He literally melts the metal of a tank nearby into a costume that looks relatively close to his comic book costume and two swords that he dual wields. So what it sounds like now is that they were using that movie as sort of a litmus test for how they did motion capture for Justice League Steppenwolf. Because much bigger movie, much bigger villain, much more powerful, so you want it to really pop on screen. So obviously the toy does not do it justice here, but this looks relatively close to what the Kryptonian ship showed Lex during Batman v Superman. You just have to remember that the ship's version of Etch-a-Sketch can't do color, so you don't see the horns the way they're meant to appear. So because I think there was a lot of criticism about the way the Wonder Woman movie treated the Ares character at the end of the movie, I think they're trying to fix a lot of that for Justice League, because it's a really cool idea, but the third act of that movie kind of fell apart with the character's motivations, and the way he looked just wasn't quite as amazing as you imagined in your head, and even the supposed toy version of Ares looked a little bit different. So just given past experience, I would expect Steppenwolf to look way crazier than you're seeing in this toy right here. But because he's one of Darkseid's elite, you have to imagine him being 7+ feet tall, so he's bigger than Superman, also just as powerful. In the grand hierarchy, he's Darkseid's uncle, but he's the military commander, so he's the main strategist. he wields a really badass axe, but beyond that, the only real powers that he has are just super strength, super durability, on par with Superman and the other New Gods. I would say the New Gods are a little more powerful than Superman, but we don't know a whole lot about the New Gods of the DCEU. It just sounds like they're presenting them as being the relative power levels of the comic book New Gods compared to Superman and the other characters. So we can do a power ranking after they drop the Justice League trailer next week at Comic-Con. There will be new Justice League footage. I am 99% sure they're going to drop it online. So I know a lot of you have been asking about the Superman rumor. There have been all kinds of evil Superman black costume, crazy stuff going on the internet. It's just the way the internet is. Separately, people have confirmed that that's not a thing, so I'm not expecting to see any black costume, and I'm also not expecting to see Superman in the trailer. They've already put him in a bunch of marketing materials for the movie, so obviously everybody knows that Superman's going to be in it, but I think they want to hold him back as much as possible. So there's like a 50-50 chance we could see him, but you guys can let me know in the comments. Do you actually expect to see Superman in the next Justice League trailer, in whatever state the movie presents him? Because they've been holding back on him all year, and Henry Cavill isn't supposed to be at Comic-Con because he's still filming Mission Impossible, but they could surprise us and have him show up. But he's got a big mustache right now because that's the way he looks in that movie. So we'll find out next week if Mustache Superman shows up.
Hello. Due to the sound of this machine gun, I am once again speaking to you using my mind.
For those of you asking about the evil Superman rumors, there have been rumors going around that when he first comes back, he'll be kind of brainwashed, they'll have to fight the Justice League before he becomes the true Superman of the DCEU that you always hoped that he would be. Now that's also been somewhat debunked, but I haven't heard anything more about that, so I'm not paying too much attention to it. But just to bring it back around to Steppenwolf, Darkseid in the mother boxes, clearly that's the thing that they're after. You even see one of the parademons manifest in the trailer right next to where Cyborg's mother box is being kept, so clearly they're trying to get their hands on them. There was a storyline in the comics, it was Doomsday Annual #1, where the forces of Darkseid go to another planet and they need to take it because it has precious materials that they need for creating weapons. So they could be using a version of that as a reason for why Darkseid wants Earth so bad. Because you see these clips of the big flashback battle. Clearly he wanted something, they fought him off, but he's coming back to get the mother boxes again. It is one of those big movie things where you wonder, why does everybody keep coming to Earth? It was even part of the Transformers movie, not that I want to reference that. But because most movies have humans in them, they take place on Earth, you have to explain why it is all these crazy powerful aliens want Earth so bad. They might not use this in the movie, but the way they explain it in the comics is that Earth is sort of a ley line for magical energy in the source of everyone's power, the source of the New Gods' power. So it's sort of like this focal point where you have a bunch of ants, us, the humans, grow up on, but beyond this, there's a lot of cosmic stuff that's tied to Earth that people, humans, even Superman doesn't know anything about yet. But I was a little disappointed that Wonder Woman didn't explain as much of the mythology of the DC universe as I'd hoped. It explained gods and how her powers work, but that's about as far as it went. Like, there were gods at one point, they all died, now there's a demigod living on Earth, and that's about it. We'll see how long it takes for those other gods to be reborn. The big Jeff Johns idea is that when a god dies, a new god is born. So I know there's been a lot of rumors about the Wonder Woman sequel. If you guys want me to do a Wonder Woman 2 video, just let me know in the comments. We've also got some pictures from Flash Episode 2, so that'll be my next video. But if you want Wonder Woman, just let me know in the comments below. Congratulations to TJ Freegan, you're the latest giveaway winner. Please private message me on the back end of my channel so I can get your contact details. You can click here to learn about the Batman director, talk about that film, and you can click here for a brand new Deathstroke Arrow Season 6. Thank you so much for watching. Everybody stay awesome. I'll see you guys tonight.